Hi everyone, it's Daz from NUFC 360 here. A little bit of reaction to Newcastle Chelsea. First of all, I thought the first half was exceptional, especially the first 35 minutes. I thought that we got out the blocks very, very quickly. And being there in the stadium, watching it live, it just felt very much like Newcastle under Howe. We were aggressive, we were intent, we were deliberate with the way we were pressing as well, which is impressive to see. I was quite high up in the Milburn, so you could see how they were trying to spring the traps from the pressing. I thought we moved the ball really quickly. I thought we were aggressive with the runs off the ball as well, which is something that we've been missing recently. And I thought Voltemade was really, really good. And I don't know if it's a coincidence that he's having a bit of rest, which has enabled him to then just kind of gather himself and feel a bit more into the squad. Because we forget that it's a bit of a whirlwind summer for him, really. Playing in the under-21s, then signing for us, then playing every game, every minute of every game, and not really getting a chance to rest and kind of gather his bearings, really. But yeah, first half we were very, very good. I'm quite deflated, I'm not going to lie. Obviously, the game finished 2-2. Chelsea quite clearly got a bit of a bollocking at half time. They were out very, very early, good 2 or 3 minutes ahead of Newcastle after the break. And in all honesty, Newcastle may as well have stayed inside for the first 10 minutes of that second half. I thought we were lacklustre, I thought we were off it, I thought we just allowed them to dictate the tempo of the game, which was very, very disappointing. And to see that unfold, but then there's no changes. And we go back to this, and I know that it was a conversation with a lot of the people that were around us. They were crying out for changes. You could see that Bruno was gone, his legs had gone. On the ball, yeah, great. Holds onto the ball, doesn't he? But that's Bruno. I thought Ramsey was really good, but again, I think his legs, along with Tonali and Bruno, I thought the legs went. I thought we were far too easy to play through in the second half. Caicedo, I don't know how many times he just flicked the ball around the corner. Ramsey was too high for me a lot of the time in the press. But again, he hasn't played a lot of games for us. He hasn't played a lot of minutes in live action. He hasn't got live bullets. So hopefully that'll come. Hopefully the analysts will sit down and go through that and go, no, this is what you need to do. If Bruno's going high, we can't press as a flat three. We just get beat. And like Chelsea, we're talking about £100 million worth of midfielders, really. You know, you look at Caicedo's however much. Palmer, if he was to be sold, would be about that much now. And they just kind of picked pockets around us in that second half, and then Enzo come on as well, and yeah, just it was a little disappointing. But before we get on to anything else, I do want to say that hopefully those goals today will do Voltemade a world of good. Those were his first home goals in the Premier League since Forest, and that penalty. But those were his first goals in open play in the Premier League at home since Arsenal. Yes, I know he got the goal against Forest, but it was a penalty. He scored against Spurs as well in the League Cup, the Carabao Cup. But those were his first goals in the Premier League at home since Arsenal in September. So it just goes to show that when we're on it, and we're getting people around him, which we did, because I thought Gordon was really good. I thought Murphy's a try-hard footballer. He gives the ball away a lot. And yeah, second half, I'm not sure how that challenge on Anthony Gordon's not a free. It's a free kick. It's a free kick. Yes, it's a penalty. But if that look at the Cole Palmer goes down, basically just falls. with an arm. He's battling and he just falls and gets a free kick, and that leads to Reece James. I think Ramsdale was too far over to the left. It's got to be a little bit more central for me. Pope saves that. But how that can be given as a free kick and Chalobah come in, and yes, the Chelsea fans might say he's shielding the ball, but his first action is to go right across Gordon who's running at pace, and it doesn't take a lot, and he's absolutely clattered him. He was right in front of us. We were in the Millburn, right in front of us. How? And then the VAR to look at that and say, yeah, mate, I think you might want to have a look at that. It's just, it is beyond ridiculous. And then the tackle on Barnes, I think judging by the reaction, probably wasn't. Reece James, that recovery where I think Bruno's put Barnes in, for me, he's got to hit that first time. Hit it first time in his stride. And then Barnes, I thought was a brilliant tackle. Barnes again, through on goal. Reece James grabbing hold of his wrist. The VI even looked at it. Like, these people haven't played the game of football. We need to get football people in to discuss and sit, not make the decisions, but just sit and put a footballer's point of view across. It was bang out of order. Reece James is exceptional for Chelsea today, by the way. But it's just, again, we don't get the rub of the green, and then Chow, who is quite literally not put a foot wrong, in my opinion, from what I've seen him wearing the black and white, and then he slips today. But again, these goal kick, Shah and him, I've noted it on their goal kicks. We were so deep, so deep, and the centre halves were so wide. And I know that's a setup thing, but come on, man. Like, you can't be that wide. I thought Shah was awful in that second half. Glad to see Alanga get a run. I actually thought Alanga did okay. There was a time when he's running with the ball, and I think there's 2 or 3 Chelsea players around him. He just wants Vissa to make that run. And Vissa just doesn't make that run. And then he gets nabbed, the ball gets taken off him. Yes, he should have awareness around him. But, yeah, we could still play the game. We could still be playing the game right now. And the referee would still not give us anything. That's quite possibly one of the most one-sided refereeing performances I've ever seen with my own two eyes. It was abysmal. And talking to friends who weren't at the game, people were saying that watching it on the telly, and they were saying how the Gordon, especially the Gordon one, wasn't given us a penalty. But that happens anywhere outside the box. It's a penalty. But we just come back to not being reactive with the changes. You could sense it in the stadium. You could sense it that there was a lull in the midfield. Let's put someone. I thought Willock, when he come on, really put a bit of energy and spark into the press, and that's what we needed. For me, he needs to start making changes earlier. If someone's not going right, I don't care if it's a 51st minute. Make a bloody change. Make a bloody change, Eddie. Come on. But we're unbeaten in 10 at home. We've got away to Manchester United next on Boxing Day. Away to Burnley, who scored late, so that'll give them confidence that they scored late against Bournemouth. So that'll give them confidence. And then we've got 4 home games at the start of the year. Big January coming up. We've got 2 massive games coming up as well. With Man United away, Burnley away, and with the way we play away from home, I'm not confident, unfortunately. Regardless of who we're playing, whether it's Man United or Burnley, I'm really not confident. But big shout out for me, go out to Voltamada. I thought he did well. Hopefully those 2 goals will do him the world of good. Nice to see Vissa get some minutes. Thought Gordon looked sharp. Quite shocked to see him come off. And I thought Miley was excellent at right back. And I thought Hall was as well. I thought our fullbacks were really, really good. I thought in the second half they just got so much joy right down the middle. And that's on Eddie and Jason Tyndall to look at and realise. Change the set-up. Instead of going to a flat 3, change it. Have 2 sitting. Bring Tonali and Bruno and sit and put Ramsey in the middle. Just so disappointing. So disappointing, so deflating. But atmosphere was good up until probably the 15th minute, and then it kind of dipped a little bit. I still think we had chances to win. I still think Harvey Barnes should head that ball rather than go with his feet. You have more control when the ball's in the air with your head. But no, just so disappointing, and it's a big few weeks. It's a big 6 weeks, really, for Newcastle. This next 6 weeks are going to determine our season, whether it's going to be something that's going to keep us fans engaged up until the end of the season, or the negativity that is slowly creeping in will become louder. The moans and the groans and the pressure will become louder. But anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. From everybody at NUFC 360, I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Hope Santa brings you everything, and I hope we can pick up 3 points on Boxing Day for the Mags as well. Cheers, guys.